Back live in Joplin, Missouri tonight, 48 hours now since the deadly tornado hit here. Congressman Billy Long has been touring his district, his community today. You had a view from up above, an aerial tour today.
We took a helicopter view.
What goes through your mind when you look down?
It just adds to the magnitude of it. You see the devastation on the ground when you tour on the ground, which of course we did all day yesterday. But when you get up in the air from a helicopter, you see the true magnitude, a half-mile wide, 6 miles long. Just absolutely devastating, like everything was clear-cut. It just reminds me of a movie set of a nuclear disaster. It looks like a nuclear bomb has gone off.
122 confirmed dead, 1,500 roughly unaccounted for. What's the greatest need in this community tonight?
Well, the same thing that it was last night, and that is finding the survivors. We stood here 24 hours ago talking to news media saying that we need to find survivors. We found 2 today, and there are still survivors out there. We had 400 to 500 first responders out all day today digging and looking. And so we still feel confident there are people to be rescued, and those people need to be rescued.
You still feel confident, because
yes.
that becomes a debate 48 hours out. It's sad. It's a tough conversation to have, but it does become a debate.
The wind is closing, John. The wind is closing, but we need to keep after it, because I still have confidence. There's so many structures, 8,000 structures destroyed, and there's some that they haven't gotten to the basements of yet, so we still hold out hope that we can find some of the missing.
What is the vulnerability of this community as the winds pick up tonight, and we know there's more weather coming? We can't be quite sure what it's going to be. Will it just be thunderstorms? Will there be more tornadoes? We're in a devastated stretch here. You can go a few blocks that way, and there are people whose homes have been barely touched or maybe not touched at all. But if you get severe weather with all this debris and all this metal, what's the vulnerability of this community?
All we can do is pray for good weather. There's a lot of vulnerability, of course, but all we can do is pray that it doesn't hit here again and be hopeful of that.
And the president's going to come on Sunday.
Yes, and the president, the governor, both senators, myself, have all said the same thing. We're going to do everything possible to rebuild Joplin, Missouri, and we're going to stay on the task. When the TV crews roll out and the radio stations go away, Joplin, Missouri will still be here, and it's going to be a long, long process, but it's a very close-knit community, and when you only have 50,000 people and you're close-knit, you lose 122 people. Everyone in the community was touched by that, and so it's truly devastating, but we need to give them hope. We need to be here, show them we care, and let them know where they can go for assistance. Where do you get your mail delivered? You're one of those 8,000 people. You have medicine coming in the mail. How do you get your mail delivered when you don't have a home anymore?
Do people have enough shelter? Do you have needs in that department?
No, the shelter is in real good shape. In this part of the country, people are pretty self-reliant. A lot of them are staying with people. I believe we housed 144 last night over at the Red Cross. Red Cross has been phenomenal. Everyone, FEMA, give them a tip of the hat. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put them at a 12. The day I started driving down here yesterday morning, the governor had already declared it a disaster area, and FEMA hit the ground shortly after that. The White House liaison called me and said, you'll have anything you need. And so FEMA's been great. The local folks have been great, so everybody's just pulling together right now.
Amid the sadness, that's a good thing to hear, because often after devastating like this, you hear tensions or friction. It's good to hear that, Congressman. Appreciate your time tonight as we assess this, and we wish your community
I appreciate you being here.
We won't go away. We'll come back. I promise you that.
Appreciate it.
We come back here, the latest on the deadly tornadoes in Oklahoma tonight.